Patriots trailing by a point starting the fourth quarter here in Miami. What are you seeing, Wake?
Their defense sucks. Their defense is pathetic. I mean, pathetic. You know, you look at what they've been able to do offensively. Granted, you've had some special teams mishaps with the couple of missed extra point, the missed field goal, but their defense has made this Miami Dolphins team look like, what was it, the 72 undefeated team. That's how pathetic they are.
So, awful tackling all day long.
It's just, you know, it's like the first possession when the Pats go up the field and they score, I'm like, all right. Then as soon as Miami gets the ball, it's like, and it's like, where the hell is the defense? All night it's been like this. Frank Gore
for another 8 yards right up the middle. Cam, when you want to send me the comments, you can, folks. Remember out there, you can join us just by typing in comments. We'll answer comments as we go along. You can also call us on your smartphone. You hit the fan line in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, and you can join us. We'll put your pretty face on air. Also, Wiggy, I mean, the points the Pats have left on the board in terms of Gostkowski missing the extra point, Gostkowski missing the field goal.
Right.
And then just an insanely bad mental error by Brady, which you never see, taking that sack at the end of the second quarter. There's 7 points, and they're up by a touchdown. So that's why, you know, that's the margin.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that's not part of it. Like you said, Phil, you get 2 opportunities off of turnovers, and you're in a perfect position to come away with at least 6 points if you kick 2 field goals. But to have the Miami Dolphins basically going up and down the field on you when your offense is, you know, for the most part, except for like a couple of mishaps, your offense has been playing well. You know, Brady's been relatively good spreading the ball around, throwing the football, and it's just like,
you're getting beat by Frank Gore,
right?
Brandon Bolden.
Oh my God!
And that receiving core, I'm sorry, Stills is a nice, I don't know, second or third guy, but nothing more than that. And they're torching you. Here's Stills again in front of McCourty. So what is it with the defense on the road, Wiggy?
You know, I have no – you know what I think it is? I think it's their lack of aggressiveness. You know, versus at home, I just feel like maybe they're a little bit more aggressive, like dialing up some blitzes and doing some other stuff. But when I look at their defense – and I see when they struggle, it's because they don't want to be aggressive. They're not putting pressure on the quarterback, knowing that they just can't get it with their front four. So you have to blitz. And the times that they do it, they actually get to the quarterback, make him have to throw under duress, or sometimes get the sack. I mean, he has all day to throw the football. And let me tell you something. Jason McCourty gets absolutely cooked. I don't know if he got some pitches of Bill or something like that. There's no way he should still be on the field. There's no way.
Okay, some of the lines, some of the comments. Joe says, Pats in Miami. It has that feel, House of Horrors kind of game, right? I mean, when does Brady make a mistake like that? You know, taking that sack at the end of the game, or the end of the second quarter. So there is some Miami stuff in here. You just say, you know, House of Horrors, like here in Denver. Sean says, Pats, love the Pats running the game. He says, love Pats running game today. Ran into the line for 2nd and 10. They ran it a lot, but not all that effectively, Wiggy.
Yeah, I mean, besides their first possession, their first drive, they were running the ball, getting, you know, 4 or 5 yards a clip. But when you start to think about what the Patriots have done. But I'm not going to put this game so much on the offense, because I thought they've been, you know, they haven't been running the ball successfully, but they've still been committed to the run. But when I look at this game and I look at the 3 phases of this game, special teams, offense, and defense, I think offensively they've been fine. You know, if you were to say, hey, the Patriots have what, 20, what do they have, 21 points at the half? You would think in Miami, all right, that's good. But you wouldn't have looked on the other side of the ball and go, the damn Dolphins are right there with them with 21 points. To me, it's their defense, man. They got to get this defense going. They're not going. They ain't winning no Super Bowl, not with this defense.
Grab Matt in Framingham. He joins us on the fan line. You can do so as well. Upper right-hand corner of your screen. Fire away at Wiggy or myself. As Stills just absolutely decleated Jackson and then slipped. He was at a first down there.
Right.
That was a big play right there. Matthew, what do you got, buddy?
I just can't believe the difference between home and road with this defense. I mean, with Jackson, yeah, he just got beat there. But I like him out there instead of Jones as the second corner. He looked great last week. It's Jones that you see getting beat, Gilmore here and there. But we're just so lucky that the Patriots offense has been playing well, despite the kicking, because, I mean, we're 3-3 on the road, and you can see why. We're just not a good road team, and that tells me we're not going to – that's just not a good football team.
Come on!
Dolphins
team. And
how about that play?
I'm worried more. Whether they win or lose this game, I have more worries now than I did ever with the Patriots.
Okay, Matthew, thank you. Wiggy, let me ask you. Even in victory,
yes,
do you look at this team and say they're not a good road team, and that speaks to something wrong with this team?
I look to this team and go, they're not a good road team. I don't know what it is on the road. Like I said, I think the thing that I've noticed is like right there, it's the aggressiveness. If Bill's not dialing up blitzes and dialing up things to be aggressive on the road, it's just they're not getting no pressure. They're not, stuffing the run in the backfield. To me, that's what I look at. But you look at, wow. But you got to look at it like this, right? Kansas City, Baltimore tied up at 17. So you're in a position that if –
So, Wiggy, you leave out the competition. We know that the AFC is successful. We agree on that. Just the Patriots in a vacuum. Are you worried about how they play on the road, and what does it say about them?
Yeah, I am worried about how they play on the road. I think defensively they're not aggressive on the road. I think that's just what it is. When you look at what they are on the road versus at home, to me, they're not aggressive on the road. Think about too many guys being too open and coverage, So I like I said, at home, maybe they feel like it's a little bit easier to be a little bit more aggressive because, they're in their confidence of their own environment. But on the road, they just, if they are not aggressive, and you go back and you look at this game, the times that they are aggressive, and we've seen them on the road being aggressive, generally good things happen. But I know they get scared because when you are aggressive, sometimes you're going to give up big plays.
Andrew just texted and said, Kenny Stills is such a bitch. He totally pussied out of that. He took a knee short of the first down, and then they got to punt. I totally agree. And I think Tannehill, how do you feel about Tannehill coming out of the game at the end of the second quarter when he was well enough to walk clear across the fucking field and get off the field, and he didn't stay in the game? I think Tannehill's soft. I think that Kenny Hill's play was so freaking soft.
Yeah, it did look like he slid, but I know at first I don't know if it looked like he intentionally slid because he saw the hits coming. But that's the Miami Dolphins. That's other players, and that's what you're gonna see. The Tannehill situation. I mean, he walked off the field. He got taped up. He came back in the game. So I mean, I don't know how much.
Out there. Brady wouldn't have come off. Brady would not have come off.
Yeah, but you got to understand, Brady. I mean, Brady's differently. He's tough, mentally tougher. But I mean, it wasn't like Tannehill did get back out there. I don't know how bad his ankle was hurting.
He never should have come off. Wiggy, how does Gostkowski look to you today? Different guy?
He looks better. You could clearly tell that he's thinking about, which is good. He's thinking about when he catches the balls, guys are chopping him down. The way he's running out, and that's just the way it is. When you're, there's positives to being 6'6.5" or 6'7" as a tight end, but there's also a lot of negatives because when you're that big, you got a lot of lumber to chop down below, and you could tell the way he's running the ball after he catches it. But as far as him, what he's been able to do, I think he's done a good job. He's just, you could tell he's thinking about, all right, they're trying to chop me down like a redwood.
Oh, here comes Gordon. I love him on the underneath stuff. They haven't thrown, since they came out of the bye, they have not thrown one ball to him over the top.
Well, you know what? Listen, I'm cool with what they're doing with him. I still think when you look at him, he's a big physical receiver. He generally he's able to make the first guy miss. He's got great hands. He catches it in traffic. You don't need to take a shot with him downfield. As long as they have that thought process of the back shoulder, then you're fine. They gotta come away with one here. There's the slant route.
Love that.
Hey,
catch.
You know what? Let me ask you this, right? Like, because you're asking me the question, and from you seeing it, what do you think it is defensively? What would be? Yeah, I know you're the king of doom. So
what do you tackling? I thought they tackled like ass today, and that shows that's about sort of mindset on the road, and they're just off. I don't think they're as tough as they've been in the past because they can't buckle down on the road.
You know what? You know what? Though it's kind of crazy because, like, what's the difference? As somebody who played, there's no difference between tackling on the road or at home. You know, it's tackling is all about.
Wait, you tell me, are guys able to go out down there? You can't go out. You bench.
No, you don't have time.
On South Beach, are they?
No, you don't have time to do that. By the time you get in, you got meetings. You got to go in the hotel. It ain't like the NBA or where they got a couple nights in the city. But the thing that people says tackling. To me tackling is just more than anything. Tackling is just about making sure your technique is good. Making sure you're breaking down. Because whether you're at home or the road, that's why I always go back to their aggressiveness. And when you get a chance to watch them, whether it's the rest of this game, watch them defensively. Especially if they score a touchdown, watch if they are aggressive on the defensive side of the football. They're walking all the guys up at the line of scrimmage, and they're like saying, "Uh-oh, could they be bringing a lot?" Maybe they pull out, but they just show aggressiveness. Watch when they don't do that, and they give the quarterback time, or they let the running back just gash them for 25, 30 yards. It's just to me, it's about their aggressiveness, and they're not aggressive on the road.
Nathan says, will the kicker be here next year? How do you feel about Gostkowski? If it's a game-winning kick here coming up on this drive, what's your confidence level?
Right now, it's not very high, especially not in this game.
He's a slicer, man. He has this problem. He's had this problem the last couple of years. He slices.
Yeah, and once he gets into a funk, that's what Gronk's got to do. Catch it, look to get what you can, and then look to cover them legs up, get your body over your shoulder pads, and be good to go. But I think with Gostkowski, he's definitely, when he gets into this mindset, and we've seen this before, like he's like a golfer. He gets the yips, you know what I mean? Misses one, and then it's like, it's a domino effect. So I want to see them score a touchdown, and then obviously they're going to have to go for two.
James writes in and says, look at the kicker stats. I hate kickers, but he's better than average. Yeah, his numbers are good.
Yeah.
Seems like in a lot of he's missed extra points in their last 4 championship games. Super Bowls and AFC championship games. He's always good for big missed extra point in one of those big games. I don't know.
The other thing that I didn't like early in the game that they did was the whole 3 running back rotation.
Yeah. You don't like Burkhead?
No, I do like Burkhead, but I think you got to use him in spurts because they took away from Sony Michel. I mean, not Sony Michel, but James White. I don't mind Burkhead, but I think you gotta have a better rotation because think about this: we haven't seen Sony Michel in a while. Come on,
it drops that one. So who asked this? Brady's best game of the year. Brandon says Brady's best game of the year. I think by far. He threw some. That touchdown pass to Patterson.
That was a dime.
That was a fucking dart. That was a tremendous throw. Yeah, I think he's looked as comfortable as he's looked all year.
So that's why you got to say, like, when you look at it and you start to see this, and we've talked about this many a time, it's so important that we talked about this last week. What kind of victory will this be? And
so that was a bad ball.
Yeah, but he stop though. Like just keep running. Like don't stop. Like don't turn side. Watch him turn sideways. Just keep running. Like Brady's leading him. He's like just keep running upfield.
All right, Gostkowski, time to kick. What do you think? Ron says Felger's turning into a Gordon fanboy. Here's my problem, Ron. Unlike Wiggy, I just call him as I see him. So I didn't like the Gordon signing, but he's playing well. Oh, he missed. Oh, he made it.
Luckily, that thing was on the left hash.
Holy fuck!
That's the only thing that saved him was on the left hash.
If that was 2 more yards out, that thing goes all the way outside. That wanted to miss.
Luckily, it was on the left hash. He's been, like you said, he was slicing everything right. If that thing was on the right hash,
damn.
No, I don't think. Listen, I've said this from from the beginning to Josh
Oh,
Gordon.
no, hold on. I like the way they're using him. I don't like the over-the-top stuff. I don't need the home run balls. I didn't trust him as a person to hang in there and show up every day, but he has. So they've done a good job managing him off the field. They've kept him in the lineup, so good for them. I didn't think they could do it, so good for them. They've done a good job. I like the way they're using him on the field, just as a big target possession kind of guy, and not that home run hitter.
Well, yeah, and I think we see them take a few shots with him this season. But I said this with him. I said, I'm only going to base him off of what I see every single week, okay? What he does on the football field, and then off the football field, if there are things that are going to happen, those things are going to come to light. We already know how the business works. Anything that happens is going to come to light. So since he's gotten here on the field, he's done everything that they've asked. They've kind of been trying to figure out what's the best role for him. And like you said, it's probably better, with him crossing routes, digs, slant routes, every now and then maybe a little bit of a back shoulder throw, not really the goal guy. And then off the field, he's been pretty much a model citizen, except for that one situation that they said he was late to a meeting or whatever. And so I base it on what I've seen him do since he's got here, and I've always given him that benefit of that doubt.
Oh, I didn't. You didn't deserve the benefit of the doubt.
Well, you did.
No, of course not.
That's the difference between you and I. I'm all for.
You're a homer.
No, I'm all for rehabilitation.
You're a homer. You want him to do well. So you will this happen, but he's never been reliable in his life until now. So again, good for them. They're getting reliable play out of him. That's what's happening. But I had no faith that he was going to be able to do that.
Well, like you said, that's all that matters right now is we'll assess it, and then you'll have to come back and either eat crow at the end of the year after the playoffs, or you'll figure out an angle to move the goalpost.
Come on, I don't know who you're talking about. So, Wiggy, biggest offensive drive of the season right here?
Yes, by far. And now remember what I told you. Let's see what they do. Let's see if they're aggressive or if they sit back there and say, we're not going to be aggressive. I think in this situation, you have to be aggressive, right? You're up 2 points. It's got to be aggressive. It's got to be forcing Miami into doing something stupid.
Comes a short kick. They love this short kick.
I don't know how I feel about the short kick.
They haven't defended it well all year.
Yeah, I just don't know how I feel about it. I feel like just put them on the 25-yard line and call it a day. Now watch, I'm telling you, we're gonna go by play, and if they're not aggressive, you're gonna see Tannehill having time, and you're gonna see Frank Gore.
So you want Flores dialing up blitzes right here?
I want him, yes. Even if you're not gonna blitz, give me a lot of guys by the line of scrimmage.
Yep. I got you.
Show me that. Show me that, make them think make them think offensively like, hey, be alert for this, or make them have to start calling out, we got to do this, we got to do that, and maybe that screws up a protection. But just don't sit there and think like, all right, hey, we can go get them with 4 guys. You don't have those guys. You don't have horses up front where you could just say, all right, go get the quarterback, make plays. Your front seven's not like that. And then, like I said, this game is huge because
Wiggy, real quick, Boston Sports Taste asks, is the issue with the defense personnel or the coaches not using the right schemes? So if they are aggressive, do you think they have the players back there?
I think they have a player back there in Gilmore. But the personnel, so there's one or two ways in the back end to defend being aggressive, right? Either you get up close and you say, all right, we're going to be physical at the line of scrimmage and see if we can throw the timing off. Or the second thing is give them a little cushion, then just come up and make the tackle. So, when you start to look, like you said, you kind of lose because their tackling has been shitty today. And then besides Gilmore, do you trust anybody to come up and jam and pressure?
No.
But I think you have. But it's either that. It's either what is a bigger risk reward? Either being aggressive and kind of doing that, or saying, you know what, we're not going to be aggressive and we're just going to play it out, and then playing coverage underneath, and then allowing Tannehill to kind of go down the field and get in field goal range and kick the game winner.
As people are pointing out, KC is losing by a touchdown at home to Baltimore. Houston's losing by 10 to Indy. Pats make a stop here. You got the 1 seed.
Right. This is so big. That's why, and then it kind of like, then obviously you got Pittsburgh next week, but then it becomes get through Pittsburgh, and now it don't matter how you play on the road because you won't have to play on the road. So
right.
That's why it's so important. Even if it's going to be one of the fucking games where you're scratching and clawing, you got to come away with the win. If they're not aggressive here, I'm done being a Pats fan.
Oh, really? You're going to announce your fandom right here, right now?
I will if they don't.
Okay, let's see. They sent Hightower there.
Right, but you see how much time he has? It's a 4-man rush with just an add-in,
4-man rush with an added. That's not a blitz.
Right. Look. And it's just all day long. I mean, what's that? 12, 13 yards like that off the rip?
Yep.
Fuck. Like, dial it up.
So Brennan asks, how come Gilmore's not just manning up on Stills?
I don't know. I don't know why he's not manning up on Stills, especially Stills has been cooking McCourty. All right, so now you're looking at 2nd and 6 here, right?
Yep, 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5.
Dial it up. This is where you dial it up. I don't know why he's not on Stills. That's a good question. Stills has been he's been damn baking McCourty all damn day. 2nd and 6. Here we go. Let's see what they do. See, look at it. It's a 3-minute.
Around. Hold on. Look, they're milling around. There's guys at the line like you want. There's Van Noy. Right. Oh, he picked the wrong hole. If he bounced that out, man.
Right. All right. So this is huge.
How conservative is Miami, though?
Yeah. Especially after that first down throw, you would think that, especially after that first down throw, you would think, oh, why not just throw the football? All right, this is it. 3rd and 4. This is where you dial it up.
And they don't have a play. Miami doesn't have a play. So Miami.
They got to burn a timeout. Nice.
So Miami.
Don't they have like hand signals if they can't hear? He can just go right to the wristband and call the play?
Stupid team.
See, Felga, when I say like moving around, I'm saying I want 8 guys on the line within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage. That's what I want. That's what I want to see. I want to see them walking up in gaps, looking like they're coming off the edge. This is it, man. This is it. Question is, do you think Miami goes for it on 4th down?
I was just going to say, I mean, if they don't, and those running plays, and now they're going to kick it away and they have just burned a timeout, I don't think they can.
Well, you got to figure they're on what? They're on their own about 40-yard line? 35?
Yeah.
I mean, I always think you got to go for it in this situation because if not, you're kicking it deep. The Patriots have been moving the ball on you. It's not like you've been able to stop them. You're looking at what, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. So as long as you don't lose yardage, you'll still be sitting there at 4th and 3.
Easy says this should be the part of the game where the other team's ass gets tight and the Pats capitalize. It's just this Pats team doesn't have that feel. We'll see. Good. Couldn't you totally see a strip sack or a pick here from Tannehill?
I mean, I could if you. I think if you, like I said, I could if you force them into making a bad decision. But the only way you could do that is by being aggressive because they don't have one guy. It's like right now. Do you feel like there's one guy on that line that you could say, okay, or in that front 7, all right, he's going to make a play for us? Do you feel that way about any guy that they have in their front seven?
Flowers, for sure.
You really do?
Absolutely.
I see.
Flowers, you know what? I haven't noticed him at all today. I'll say that. I haven't noticed Flowers today, but he's your playmaker up there for sure.
He makes plays, but I wouldn't necessarily. I still am not calling him a playmaker. Like, he makes plays, but he's not, for me. I just don't have the feeling yet. Like, he doesn't give me like that Von Miller feel that J.J. Watt when he was in his prime. Like, okay, he's gonna make a play. They're gonna have to double him.
Big play here, Wiggs.
There's their one man down, Trey Flowers down, and everybody else walking around by the line of scrimmage. Okay.
Can Tannehill stand in there and make a play? Oh, almost the Harmon interception off a deflection.
Almost. Here it is, 4th and 4. They're punting. Oh, he's got to catch that.
Oh.
He got to catch that.
Pussy.
He got to catch that.
Soft team.
Now it goes back to the question now, if you're the Patriots, we just don't come out and run the football. Hey, we're trying to pick up first downs here.
So you don't want them to run the ball here?
No, I want them to be aggressive on offense. I want them to be, because I told you, I don't have faith in this defense. So I don't want them to run, and now they punt it, and Miami gets the ball back with, two and some change.
Wiggy, what'd you see on those block punts? Do you think the Pats had them on film going into the game?
Yeah, because you've seen the scheme that they clearly knew with those schemes, like, when they twisted like they lined the guy up to the right of the center or to one side of the center and then brought him across his face and brought the other guy around. So they clearly saw something. Come on, snap the fucking ball.
Did they just take a delay?
That's what it looks like.
Holy shit. Oh, there's Miami.
That's why Brady was saying, snap the ball, snap the ball. Look, you see him?
You have had to burn another timeout for that? Fucking Miami. So them.
I mean, I would almost rather them they would have gave Miami the timeout.
Yeah, right. I agree.
Keep the 5 yards and let them burn the timeout.
Casey's going for it on 4th and 9 if you care. Oh, and Mahomes makes an unbelievable play if you're watching that Kansas City game. Holy shit.
Are you watching it?
Yeah, I have 2 TVs. 4th and 9 scrambled all the way across the field to Tyreek Hill for like a 30-yard gain. Huge play.
They're down by 7?
They're down by 7.
How much time?
Minute and a half. Minute 10.
Where are they? What's positioning?
20-yard line or so.
They're on Baltimore's 20?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's focus on the Pats, Wiggy.
I know that, but that is part of the Pats. Because if you win here, you're the Pats going in next week. It's a complete.
Oh, he dropped it.
No. You know why he drops balls? Why? He catches everything like this. Rather than just turning his hands and framing it, watch Julian. Everything he catches is like this. Everything. Just turn your hands and frame it. Right there. He had one early in the game where he turned his hands and framed it. This is huge right here. This is huge.
Where's White been?
This is big.
This is James White. Covered.
There it is.
Oh, he didn't cover 2 guys.
No, did you see that? They rushed 2 guys and dropped everybody else. You see that? They rushed the 3 guys. They brought the corner off the edge. That was huge. Burn a timeout. Nice. Let the clock run.
One more first down, and it's ball game.
Right. Get out of Miami with a damn – because I feel like they've been owning Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, me too.
There it is. Stay in bounds. Stay in bounds. Stay in bounds. Stay in bounds.
Oh, there's the cover. Give us the cover. Oh, flag.
Come on. There's no way they're going to call holding. Are you serious?
Wow.
That's a horrible call because they're calling on one of the.
How do you know? You saw it?
Huh?
How do you know it's a horrible call?
Because it. Watch. Let me see it. Because it seemed like the flag came out late.
He grabbed his face mask.
All right. I'll give you that one. You didn't need to do that. Golly, man. Oh, you didn't need to do that, Devlin. Come on. What are you doing? Now here comes a screen. Or a draw. Let him burn a timeout. Burn the timeout. What are they doing?
Well, they got to run one more. I think it's okay. KC with another 4th and 3.
Come on! Come on, Baltimore!
They got it. They just tied the game. Or they need the extra point.
My God. KC's so
2 4th downs. Mahomes just showed some fucking sack.
So lucky.
Mahomes just showed some sack there, man.
Ah! Come on. 2nd and 9. All right, get at least 5. Just get down, protect the football.
Ball game.
So timeout.
That should be ball game.
Should be.
And Kansas City gets the extra point. They're 24-24 in case.
Heading OT.
Still got a shot there. I'm sorry, I haven't been paying attention. Do we have anyone on the fan line, Cam? And if not, you folks are welcome to join us on that fan line, upper right-hand corner of your screen. You can use the fan line. Maybe it was down earlier. Maybe that's what someone was trying to tell me. Fan line is working if you want to join us in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. John says, Brady finishes strong, we win game. We let him off the hook for that dumb play at the end of the half. Yeah, I thought I'll put it to you like this. When Brady looked good today, I think this is as good as he's looked all year. But it wasn't a perfect game. That sequence at the end of the second quarter, taking that sack that's inexcusable. And the play before, he bailed out. He had Hogan on the back line, and he felt the pressure, and he bailed out of that throw. If he'd hung in there a little bit more, he gets a better ball there to Hogan. So he really botched that whole thing at the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, but think about this, though. Right? Think about this. So when we talk about the game after it's over, obviously if the Pats can hold on and win this game, I think the conversation is going to be not about maybe a couple of the points that they left on the field. I don't think that's going to be the biggest conversation. I think the biggest conversation is going to be what the hell is going on with the defense.
Wiggy, let's grab Rich. He's in Phoenix. He joins us on that fan line again. You can join us on your smartphone. We get to see your pretty face. And as soon as Cam pops you up, we'll hear what Rich in Phoenix has to say.
Here we go, kid. Wiggy, you're 100% right. The defense has been a goddamn fucking mess today.
Right.
It's a mess. There's no reason why that they should be fucking giving up this shit. Right? Am I right or am I wrong?
You're 100% right. I've said this from jump. What is going on? What is the difference at home on the road with the defense? And for me, it's about being aggressive. And for some reason on the road, they just don't have the balls to be aggressive.
100%, Wiggy. It's a joke. By the way, shout out to Westy. I'm from Salty. Love you, kid. But the defense is a mess today. It's a mess. I don't care what anybody says.
Go ahead.
I'm from Eastie, but hey, Westy, he tried.
Westy? Where's Westy? Is that what they call West Roxbury? I've never heard that.
West Roxbury, Westy. But yeah, think about it. And he's right. I mean, we've said this over and over and over again. You look at this game, and even if all right, so let's say they get those 6 points, 36 points the Pats offensively have put up. Wouldn't you be like, oh, that game they probably against Miami, you're thinking they beat them 36-14, 36-17. It's like a good game, right? You wouldn't think that Miami would have scored 28 points and been able to do what they've done on the offensive side of the football. That should be the topic of conversation tomorrow is what the fuck is wrong with the defense and why aren't they being aggressive? If they know they don't necessarily have the personnel on the back end and they know they can't get pressure with just the front four, then guess what? You got to play with you got to drop your balls and say, we're going to get the football.
Oh, Kansas City just strip sack Lamar Jackson. Trying to run out the clock. Speaking of strip sack. Oh! Almost comes down with that.
He had it too. There's a flag though. But you talked about I don't know if you would necessarily call that a deep ball. I would call that a shot ball.
I don't love it. I don't love the choice, but it worked out. Miami never should have kicked the ball back away to the Patriots there, man. They were never going to get off the field.
Well, that was their problem, right? We said it. 4th and 4. Why are you not going for it?
Got to go for it.
Yeah, because if not, you're not, like you said, you're not getting the ball back.
And they ran the ball on 2nd and long. Good God. They can take a knee here, I think.
Yeah. No, they still got one more timeout. They got to run one play. Or they take a knee.
I think they can take 4 knees, and that's it.
What's that? 40, 40, 40. That's one. Yep. What's going on in the KC game?
KC is going to line up for a game-winning field goal. 32 seconds left. Lamar Jackson got strip sacked. Kansas City showed me something here. They were losing at home. That's not exactly a clutch team, and they just pulled that shit out.
I think next week they're in. I said their loss will come in Seattle.
Ron asks me, he says, how is the Patriots playing the schlubs in the AFC East any different than the Celtics playing guys with belts and knee pads? It's the exact same thing, Ron. 16 of your NBA championships or whatever, 14 of your NBA championships were done against 6'4" centers named Dolph wearing belts and knee pads.
What about all them championships that Bird won?
Yeah, 3.
Okay. And then,
And I'll give you Garnett's. And I'll give you the 2 and the 7. You've got I think 10 legit championships. I'll give you 10. The end of the Russell era of the league. When the Celtics first started winning, there was only 8 teams in the NBA.
Right.
8.
Hey, listen, you can't help that.
They were fucking 6'3" white boy centers wearing knee pads.
If we're gonna do that, can we do that? Can we do that with every sport? Can we do that with your beloved Green Bay Packers when they won all those?
That was in the 60s. That was the modern era.
Yeah, right. Can't we do that with the Yankees and all the World Series they won in the 40s?
Well, either way, the AFC East is a very nice soft landing for the Patriots. But what's amazing to me is that it's been 20 years and it's still not any better. Teams still don't have quarterbacks. Teams still don't have coaches. It's 20 years of this.
Well,
I'm curious why the Patriots, the bettors want the Patriots to keep going.
Yeah, what was the spread?
7.5, I think. Okay, here's KC for the game-winning field goal.
Come on, miss it.
43-yard attempt in the cold.
Miss it. Gostkowski make it. KC miss it.
KC missed it. Missed it. They're going to overtime. There's a gag.
Nice. But I would listen. I'm not gonna. I know that the AFC East is not the greatest division, but if I had more time, we could go through this. And we've had this discussion before, but I feel the same way about a lot of other divisions when you start to look at the NFC South. Think about that division. Talk about some stinkers.
Again, Cam Newton plays in that division. Drew Brees plays in that
Besides Brees.
division. Any other division you give me, I'm going to give you at least a quarterback or two in the last 20 years who could play. I can't do that for a single team in the AFC East.
Chad Pennington.
Oh, come on. That's exactly my point.
Listen, I would say Chad Pennington, throughout his career, he was more consistent like the Cam Newton.
There hasn't been a single quarterback in the division in 20 years.
Cam Newton is the biggest. Let me tell you something. Cam Newton is so overrated. He's not good. Anybody who thinks Cam Newton is a good quarterback is out of their mind.
He's good. He's not great, but he's good.
He's so inconsistent. He's so inconsistent. If Chad Pennington didn't have some, he was when he was healthy, he was a better quarterback than Cam Newton.
Okay, Wiggy, presuming the Pats hold on to this, how do you feel about this win?
I feel better about the win because I know we talked about last week where you didn't really give much credit to the Minnesota Vikings. The question is whether or not you and Maz give any credit to the Miami Dolphins, which I don't think.
No, I don't. But it's still a good win. It's still a good win. I'll give them the win.
It's a good win, but I think that the Pats should have been able to. I think if this game shouldn't have been close. I think they should have been able to win easily by 14 points. I think it's a good win, but it's too close. Defensively, you played bad, really bad.
There's no way they blow 16 seconds.
Is what I would have said. Kick it out of the end zone. If they do that stupid short kick, they squib kick it. All right.
You got dancing around.
So that's it. That is it. That is it. So, yeah, I would say it's a good win, but I would say that it should have been much easier than you made it. But I have concerns about the defense now. I mean, now I'm looking at this is what I'm doing with this team. Now I'm looking at next week against Pittsburgh. Does your defense play like this again?
Yeah.
You know? And if they do, you gotta whatever you gotta do, you gotta sneak out the win. Because I'm still Kansas City.
They should have time for. I'd throw a quick out here and have them get out of bounds and then throw it in the end zone. Stupid. Oh no! Oh no, Wiggy! No! He scored! Oh my God! Are you shitting me? Oh my God, Wiggy! What the fuck? He just scored.
Really?
You've got to be kidding me.
Wow.
You've got to be shitting me.
Am I dreaming right now?
Oh, get ready to fucking never forget this one.
Wow. Did he step out of bounds?
Lee balls. He was still in good shape with 20 yards. Who the fuck was back there?
Gronk.
Was it Gronk back there?
Yep.
Oh, I hate that. I hate when they do that. Right here, you got him. Oh, it's Gronk. It is Gronk. Oi.
Wow. Wow.
Not out of bounds. You've got to be shitting me.
Wow. Wow.
No fucking way.
What a joke. Wow.
So that's the missed extra point. That's the missed field goal. That's Brady's nonsense at the end of the second quarter coming back to bite you. Now it shows up. I mean, you should be able to defend 50, 60 yards of field. I mean, 69 fucking yards. You've got to be kidding me.
Right. I'm not like I said, I'm not the extra point, yeah, he can do all that. You could say all that other bullshit, all that. To me, that's nonsense. There's no way that play should ever happen. There's no.
Let me ask you this: what if it's not a true Hail Mary? He can't reach the end zone, so Gronk shouldn't be out there. Gronk shouldn't be out there. That's not a throw into the end zone.
No, it's just.
You know what I'm saying? It's at their own 30 or whatever it is. So that's not a throw into the end zone. He shouldn't be out there.
No, it's just all it is. All it is put everybody back. Like, you know, you have like guys deep and then another level, and then come up and tackle because you know they're going to lateral the football. What a joke.
You've got to be kidding me. He's on his own 32. He can't. Can he throw it from the 30 into the other end zone? He might be able to.
That's 70 yards.
It's a long way.
That's a long way.
Fuck off. You practice this.
Yeah, I mean they definitely practiced it, but it's.
You think that was drawn up?
Yeah, that play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he threw it to the middle of the field. It was like, hey, throw it to him. He catches it. Now it turns into a lateral. I mean,
one lateral there, but whatever. That was ridiculous.
Right, but they practice it just like defensively. You practice that play. Yes, you play. It's just all it is like, all right, here we go. We're getting it. We're trying to lateral. We're trying to score. We're throwing the ball back. It becomes schoolyard football at that time. Just the same way you practice it on defense, where you're like, hey, listen. If they throw and they do a whole bunch of lateral, we got to make sure we got to come up and make a tackle. What a joke.
Wiggy, who else blew this play? Can you rewind and watch it?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so who's 31? Is that so? Who's the fuck is
Jones?
Jones came up and missed the initial tackle. Then Van Noy misses a tackle on the sidelines. Chung gets his ass blocked, and Gronk. I'm sorry, that fucking wasn't even close. But what do you want? He's a tight end.
Right. All right, I'm going back. Oh, my God. There you go. There goes your number one seed right down the drain.
Wiggy, does that one leave a mark?
Yes. There's your number one seed. Gone. Gonzo. You blew it. You blew it on the worst possible play that you can blow it on. God.
Yeah, I'm fucking flabbergasted that a Belichick team did that.
On the 31-yard line.
31.
60.
So you know what?
In the air.
He's not throwing it in the end zone from there because he's, you know, you rarely get back to the line of scrimmage. So he's probably, you know, throwing from the 25.
Right.
So it's like he's not throwing it 75 yards. Gronk shouldn't have been out there.
You know who screwed up? Yep, Jonathan Jones.
Jonathan Jones missed that tackle.
Just make the tackle. As soon as Kenny Stills catches it, make the tackle. Then he pitches it to, what else he pitching it to? Number 11. And now Jackson's chasing him, but number 11 pitches it back to Kenyon Drake. And then Jackson, I don't know what the hell Jackson was doing. And now you got Patrick Chung just trying to mirror him and stay in front of him, but stops his feet.
This is Houston's losing. KC's in overtime. Like it's all teed up for you. It was all teed up.
What a joke.
Everyone else is losing.
Now, the only thing that you can pray for is that everybody else loses. What a joke.
What does Pittsburgh got tonight?
Pittsburgh is playing. Hold on. I'm so aggravated right now.
Oh, my God. That was unbelievable. But it's going to be so annoying. They're going to give it like a name. They play the Raiders. So Pittsburgh wins tonight.
Yeah.
They're going to – miracle in Miami, whatever. They're going to call it something, Wiggy.
Yep.
That's going to have a name.
That's just pathetic right there. That is absolutely pathetic. I cannot believe what I just saw.
I'm stunned.
I cannot believe what I just saw. I really can't.
Fucking ball! They just put on the KC game, didn't they?
Hold on, I was. Did they put it on?
So look, what's the take? You know, the takeaway is obviously that play. My God, that play. But defense is like that's a concern. And I'm sorry, Brady at the end of the second quarter, man. And then you know what? A little bit at the end, Michelle. Michelle cannot run in the goal line situation. They could not pound it in there because Michelle can't fucking run in the short yardage.
Yeah, but I still don't see how you can I know that you can look at those things, right, and say that that's a part of it. But to sit there and say how that game was
They had the game won. They had the game won.
Huh?
They had the game won.
Yes. The game was lost on the defense. KC's gonna win. You're screwed. There goes your number one seed. You're gonna have to.
No, I think Baltimore gets a crack too. I think this is KC's first possession. So if they kick a field goal, Baltimore gets.
Oh yeah, it's 3rd and 15. So, but I don't I can Felger. I know we can go back. We can say okay, the missed points, this that.
Make your kicks, dude. Make your kicks.
Right. I know we could say that, right? But we missed the kicks, right? You could say that. You can there's always those type of things. But when it comes down to that one play, it's gonna come down to that defensive play right there. There's no way you're supposed to give that up. No way. Really? Are you gonna do anything to Mahomes? So all you can do now, if you're the Patriots, all you can do is hope that Kansas City loses, and then the Texans lose.
So, but Wiggy on that last play, I'm sorry, Gronkowski should not have been out there.
Nah,
it's not a Hail Mary situation.
No. You got to have another defensive guy out there. That's bad. But you're thinking in that situation, what's the likelihood of it getting a Gostkowski?
I mean, it's not, but in that fucking place, it shows up.
God, what a joke.
Oh, he made it.
What a joke.
All right, Wiggy, we're about 5-10 minutes past that Patriots game. Let's call it a night. That's the play. I'll be on Sports Sunday tonight on NBC Sports Boston if you want to watch some TV reaction. Felger and Maz tomorrow, too. Wiggy, thanks, man. We'll call you. We'll check in next week.
I'm done. No more cheering for the Pats.
Okay, yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. Bye.
Later.